Welcome, 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 all my poetry lovers, all my lovers of art. This is episode 15 of the Poet Circle. I'm Dawn like the morning sun. This is where we're going to dive into the mind of the poet or musician. It's a very, very special episode today, y'all. Somebody that I revere, someone that has been like a sensei to me. So he is a saxophonist, a djembe player, someone who's taught many students in the Dallas area in the way of African drumming. So if you're at home in your cubicle or in your car, please give it up for Mr. S-Ankh, Rasa. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am, I was like, I'm not going to stutter because this is my drum teacher, like my official, the one who taught me all the ways of African drumming. So I'm like, okay, am I prepared for this? But then I felt like I was. So
of course you are. We've known each other for how many years?
2.
Is that all?
I mean, well, maybe in another lifetime, maybe
okay.
I met you somewhere else, because I was just the way I was brought to your class it felt like fate. It felt like just something that it knew that I needed to be there. Because I saw her just at the South Dallas Culture Center and she was just like, hey, we're doing this thing. I just said yes. I didn't know why I said yes. I never drummed before in my entire life.
Okay.
So, but she was like, we're doing this class. But she's like, but my teacher, he's something else. You can't just get in. I was like, what is this thing? I just can't get in. So, you got to talk to him first. He's going to vet you. But, she said he's sweet, but he's serious. He's just like, you can't play with him. I'm like, okay, who is this man? Right. Cool. Talk to you. And your voice is just amazing. So I was just like, okay, I'm good. But then your aura to me has just, it just gives me the respect for the thing that we're doing. Because you have the knowledge in those things. So just thank you for being here. I hope you're having a good day.
Well, my day is just starting and I'm glad to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
You're so welcome. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is kind of start from the beginning because you do many things. And you're like a real true musician. I really just admire you. So what got you into drumming? When did you start actually drumming for the first time and getting into that?
I didn't start drumming. I was not originally a drummer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was this little kid playing piano at 4 years old. So I played all kinds of instruments and all that. And later on, coming into adulthood, I started having, let's just say, drumming was being impressed upon me. Mm-hmm. And this is that strange stuff that happens to us. Dreams, different images, different feelings. You feel like you're being pushed or pulled in a certain direction. Mm-hmm. And when I became really aware of drumming, I said, I'm not doing that.
What made you say that?
These.
Your hand, yeah, you did talk about that. It would affect the hands. My hands are still smooth. Though.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. I didn't want, as I said, I was playing piano, I was playing flute, I was playing sax, I was playing lots of other instruments. I need these. Mm-hmm. And, drummers have some rough hands.
Yes, they do.
And I just wasn't like, no, I am just not doing that, But eventually I just had to give in and do it.
What was that feeling though, like to give into it?
It's called surrender.
Yeah. Yes.
Ain't nothing glamorous about it. It's just you're being pushed in a direction that you can no longer resist. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It can be ancestry. It can just be energy. It can be God. It can be, there is something that's saying, no, you have to do this.
Yes.
Now, I have never regretted I've questioned some days, but never regretted.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So it has taken me, it took me a whole different direction. I was a completely, trained, in Western musician. Okay. And then the African side was like, that takes you in a whole different approach, whole different direction. Right. And then it gave me the ability to blend them too, to bring them together in ways that I would have never had any idea.
Yes.
So it's been beautiful.
Oh man.
Quite a journey.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So what was your first love? You played many instruments. I don't know how many instruments you play, but sure. Which one was your first love though?
I don't think of instruments as loving them.
Okay.
I don't even think in terms of our favorite instrument. I think it's about the music and not the instrument. Like instruments are just tools, right, that we use to play music.
Yes.
So if you're playing certain songs, it's like when we listen to certain songs, you'd rather hear, I might rather hear Roberta Flack rather than Lauryn Hill sing a song.
Okay.
Maybe. Maybe it depends on how I feel at the time. Same song.
Yep.
Different instruments.
Yes.
So it's really about the song.
Okay, and what is music to you? So what is it? What does it mean to you then?
Oh man. Music is this like really magical kind of language. It's this way that we can express ideas and I think more concepts, not just feelings. So many times we're always talking about music in terms of some kind of emotional content. But there are all kinds of higher ideas also that can be expressed.
Yes.
Just like, as you know, like in poetry.
Yes.
Right? It's really great to hear an idea expressed that maybe didn't occur to me. That puts me on a different path, that teaches me, that guides me, rather than, yeah, I feel that way. Yes, I relate to that, and I'm just here. That's okay. But where does that lead? Where does that take me?
Yes.
And so there are all kinds of higher uses for music that I think that's really it's used. I think that's the goal of everything God created. What is its highest usage for us? Not just, it's like food. Well, it could just feed us.
Right.
Or it could be, high nutrition.
Like serve us in a way.
Yes,
kind of
that's right. Yes,
oh,
exactly.
My goodness.
That's right.
I just love when my drum teacher talks. Because like when we're in class, we drum, we play he teaches us the rhythm. But there's a moment where like when we're done and we're like all just sitting there, just in the circle and we're communing and he's teaching us culture, telling us the stories and why and what they mean. And what the songs mean. So those are the moments that I love the most about class. It's not just the rhythm, it's what we're doing it for. Just like basically what you're saying. What's the purpose? And I've learned so many it's the things that you taught me, I use it literally in my life. It becomes the way I move. Even I remember one time you were teaching us a rhythm, I think it was solely. And the way you were teaching us where to put the music, I started driving better. I don't know why. It was interesting. It was like I started driving, but I just knew where to go because you was like, no, look, put the sound here. You don't put it there. You put it here. And then I just started things it's like my right and left brain were like coordinating or something. I don't know. It was interesting, but that's how that was the time I knew that drumming wasn't just we're playing music. It wasn't. Right. It's not just that. And you would let us know that like every class. So, man. Yeah. Okay, so. Did you ever fall in love with it? Like, I mean, I know music, you said like, you don't have a first love, but did you ever fall in love with it at any moment? Yeah,
but I have to say, I gotta be honest.
Yes.
It sounds great. These concepts like this sound great. You fall in love with it. But I think it's the opposite.
Gotcha.
I think music chooses you. I don't think it's, I love doing this. That it could be great. But that love kind of comes about, I think, because there's something, you don't have a choice. You literally just don't have a choice.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so what made you get into teaching it? So it found you. Now you're like in a position where you're able to teach it, and then you started the African Village Drummers. So what made you get there?
That's right. Well, that was interesting. I never wanted to teach. Again, these things, they come to you.
Yes.
I never wanted to teach because teaching is very hard. Teaching is like...
And adults, teaching adults.
Well, but even with children, it's not the thing that I wanted to do because I'm a bit too serious about it.
Okay.
So I really want people to learn. I don't want to, I've seen lots of teaching situations that are just kind of the student can do whatever they want to do. If they learn, if they don't, it's fine. I just get paid. I'm not. I don't do that. So, but once I got into African drumming, that's what set me on the path of teaching.
Okay.
Because what is the point of learning all this tradition if you don't pass it on? That's African culture. It's gotta live. So just like my teachers taught me, they took the time, they invested themselves and to give me certain things. Well, what do you do if you just keep it to yourself?
Right. Oh my gosh.
So this was very much an African thing that says, I got to do that. And so that extended into, I started teaching, piano and saxophone and flute and other things, because the principle is the same either way. I gotta give it back. Now, African Village Drummers was a different thing, right? Okay. African Village Drummers was specifically let me be sure that while I'm here in Dallas, I deposit some of this knowledge that's been given to me. Let me be sure that. So this is why African Village Drummers got started, I think in August it'll be 3 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And those classes are free. So there's no excuse. There's no reason for anybody in Dallas to say, I don't know this, or I couldn't learn this, or I didn't get this, or didn't get that. Here are the classes for free. And the only requirement is show up.
Consistently, too. Which is, I haven't been back, but I'm going to be back.
Yeah.
You saw me on the other Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. I saw you.
I came back.
That's because the interview was coming up. I know that.
I came. I have time now. I have time now. Okay. No, but I missed class, but I will be back. But no, I love that. So can you, because this is one of my favorite questions. Can you give homage to the teachers that taught you African drumming?
Oh yes. In order, I have to first say something about Ojinga Kamisi. Ojinga Kamisi in Cincinnati. Okay. He has been in that community for, over 30 years. And he was my first djembe teacher. And he is a treasure. Okay. This man has been through a lot. His dedication to the community, his dedication to drumming, he's one of the most beautiful brothers I could ever know. Okay. I still talk to him from time to time. He's been through a lot. He's having his physical challenges. Please give a shout out to Ojinga Kamisi.
Shout out. Shout out.
Okay. So Ojinga love that man.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
After that, one of my teachers that we lost was Sarah Kunda. Okay. And he was in Dayton, Ohio. I should mention Ojinga is still in Cincinnati. And then in Dayton, Ohio, we had Sarah Kunda, William Bowman. A lot of people called him William Bowman. And he was, he was, anyone who knew him, he was a force. Okay. Yeah. A lot of his discipline, a lot of that comes, with me, came from him. Then there's Yaya Jallo. Yes. Yaya Jallo from Mali. Okay. He wrote the book, The Healing Drum.
I have that book.
Okay. Did you read it?
I'm reading.
Oh,
I'm at the first half. I swear I'm reading it though.
Yeah, but he really shares some really inside, his personal experiences and personal experience of his mother, in Mali. Yes. She's a traditional healer. She was a traditional healer. And he talks really about the culture in a very beautiful and personal way. So that was really great. He's up in Canada. I'm not sure if he's in Quebec or Toronto, but probably somewhere up in there.
Gotcha.
And then after that, I had, the great fortune to meet Mahiri Keita, who is up in the DC area.
Gotcha.
And through Mahiri, brought me into that circle with Mama D Keita.
There it goes.
Yeah. Right. And, with Mama D and Famadu, Konate. And I did a tour with them, and that was seriously eye-opening.
I was going to ask about the tour. Oh my God.
That was a serious, very serious turning point. And it was great. It just opened up. It showed, Mama D was exposing everybody to all kinds of new stuff at that time. And it was beautiful to be right there as that was happening, to travel from city to city with them and play this workshop and play that workshop and, and work day in and day out, and being around Mama D, who's a very beautiful person. Famadu the same way. These legendary, great players, great teachers, they don't have any bravado. They don't have any, all these huge egos. And I've never seen anything but kindness from these people. Now they want the music right.
Yeah.
And they have every right. But that's if they didn't insist on that, they wouldn't be very good teachers.
That's right.
You know, so that's what I try to bring forward too. It's like, okay, there are some standards to this, you know, but I don't have a problem with that because, you know, I was at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. There's standards. There are things that you have to do. UC Berkeley, there are things you have to be able to do. You have to achieve certain things. You have to grow. You have to get better. So
you guys don't even you don't understand, like, well, I'm glad that I'm able to do it here and speak about it here because most people don't understand these people that you talked about, which is why I wanted you to talk about them, because saying it here and then you go look up what those people did for the culture, for drumming, you'll understand like the gravity of what he just said, because that's why I'm just sitting in it. It really is legendary in the fact that you got to be there. And I also look at you as a legend. You're my legend. So, and I've met your students in this, like I'll go through the city, I'll go to shows and they'll be like, yeah, my teacher was S-Ankh. Like, and it's almost the fact where if I see African drumming or djembe drumming in Dallas, you've had a touch on it. I've met Verb, and she saw me with my drum and I said, who's your teacher? I said, S-Ankh. She said, it's my teacher. And then, you know, I even met, cause you've been in a lot of bands too. Every time I see you, it's another band. I don't know how many bands you have. But I was at my nephew's school picking him up and one of the teachers comes out, he sees my drum in the car. He immediately says, who's your teacher? But he already thinking your name. And I said, my teacher is S-Ankh. He said, I'm in his band. His name is, Neil. I think Neil. Neil. He's a dreadhead.
I
gotta make sure, but he's in one of your bands. He plays with you, and he was like
Nigel.
Okay, Nigel. You go.
He's bass player.
My bad. Okay, bass player.
That's
so
right.
The fact that it mind blowing me that he sees the drum in my car and immediately thinks you, because that's when you see djembe in Dallas, you're gonna think S-Ankh Rasa. And that's why I'm like legend. That your name speaks too. So again, just you being my teacher, like I said, and you said the music finds you. I always say drumming found me. African drumming found me. I was just walking in to go do something. And then someone just walks up and says, hey, we're doing this thing. And I said, yes, not knowing why, not knowing what the thing was. So it's beautiful to me. Okay. So you're one of my favorite saxophonists. Okay. You play all of them, the tenor, soprano, baritone, alto. What got it? I can't even say love it. I can't say you love it, but okay, because you play it all. Like when I see you do your Afro jazz, which I love. I love the fact that you make it Afro jazz, not just jazz. You bring the drumming into it, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful sound. But you play that. You play your saxophone, and I love when you play tenor. By the way, so what got you into the saxophone and things like that?
Well, that was. It wasn't the most auspicious of beginnings. When I was a child, I was 11 years old. My father passed away, and I had a really hard time. I'm the oldest, and I was a daddy's boy. Right? I think you're a daddy's girl.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So
from
you know
birth,
what I'm talking about.
From birth.
Yeah, and so that loss really, it hit the whole family hard. You don't expect a man to just drop like that.
Yes. So
that was tough. And I really had a hard time getting going again. Okay. Doing schoolwork or functioning. I was just kind of going through the motions. Okay.
Yeah.
And so somewhere in there, unbeknownst to me at the time, we had a new music teacher come to the elementary school that I was in. By this time, we had left Louisiana. We were in Berkeley. And I didn't know at the time. I found out years later in my adult life that she spoke to this music teacher. His name was Mr. Jesse Anthony in Berkeley. Great educator. And kind of just told him, I just don't know what to do with my son here. He's just kind of floundering right now. He lost his dad. And I was just not doing anything. I'd go to classes and just sit there. And so he never said a word to me. Never. But he took an interest in all the kids of the neighborhood. He really did. He would open up the band room on Saturdays and let us come in and play.
Yeah.
He would use his own money to buy music, for us to play stuff that we related to. Some of that normal band stuff, this isn't a black neighborhood, but he would buy songs, music, and write little arrangements of us that were other African-American black musicians at the time.
Right.
And we could get into that.
Okay.
So, I mean, he was no one in that community who was there at that time could thank him enough for what he did. And by doing that, he kind of pulled me back into it, kind of little by little, right? Okay. He never talked to me. He never said anything directly. He just kind of kept me around and said, why don't you do this? So I'm going to do that. And if I didn't, fine. And eventually I did. And got me started playing the saxophone.
Oh,
that was when I played saxophone.
Oh, my God. No, that's absolutely beautiful to me because when you play, I get giddy when I get to see you. I'll be in the, you don't even know, sometimes I'm there. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, first of all, I'm like, that's my teacher. I said it, I'll be just bragging about you. But when you play, it's spiritual. Even when you play the drum, it's spiritual. It's moving. I mean, you literally evoke emotion. You evoke, like you said, even lessons, you know what I'm saying? I just learn things from you every time I see you play. And so, yeah. And I played because my mom played. Yeah, she played saxophone. Well, like my aunts and stuff, they were all in the band. So she was, she played sax. One of my aunts played drums. He had an aunt play French horn, and then there were dancers. So we were band heads. Like if you were if you wasn't playing sports, you're in the band. Right. That was the thing. So and we go battle of the bands, the Dallas thing. So we loved it. My mom played. It was crazy because she's like, okay, you want to be in the band? I said, yeah, and I didn't know what to play. So I was like, I'm gonna play what you did, and she played sax. So she had an old saxophone in her. She still has it. She just gave it away like literally this year. She had it this whole time. But when I was 6th grade, and so crazy. I always tell this story, but who cares? It's my mama. But so we didn't have like enough money to get all the pieces. Like I think we rented like a saxophone, but I needed a mouthpiece, right?
Yeah.
So that's my mama, right? But she said, "Look, you finna use this mouthpiece." I said, "Mom, you used it in like freaking in the ancient times. I'm not using that mouthpiece. You finna use this mouthpiece, Mama. That's disgusting. Nope. We're gonna clean it. It's already clean. You're good. I'm your mother. You ain't gonna die. You know what I'm saying? I'm your mama. You ain't gonna die." I said, that's literally what she told me. I'm like, "Mama, please do not make me go to school with your old mouthpiece." And I had to use it. It's the whole 6th grade. That's right. But I was first chair over all the boys. So I was fire. But no, that's why I got back into it because, I love the sound of it and it's beautiful. I think it's the instrument for love. So, and I call myself the love poet. So I would like to play the love instrument. Okay. So when I saw you playing, it just made me like, oh my God, I got to get back into it. So I bought me one. But then I wanted to ask you about this because you did this thing where like when you play, you told me about this long note that you can do like forever. Like, you know how you blow? Oh. And like, what is that? Can you describe that? Because when I saw you do it, I'd be like, and I see you do it on stage, you can just play this long note, but it's like you're still breathing, but the note is playing. You know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, sure. Yeah. Can you explain that?
Yeah, it's called circular breathing.
I don't know how you do it. It's
well,
like
we get together and I can explain it to you. I mean, I mean, it takes about a week to learn it.
Can you literally do it forever? Like
as
forever?
Long as you're alive.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't call that exactly forever, but
well, yeah, okay, you're right.
As long as you're alive and you can breathe, you can hold a note. Yeah.
But look, y'all, when he's doing it, he's blowing, and then you can see him like this. You can see him breathing, but the note is still playing, and it's the freakiest thing I've ever seen. But that's how cold he is on the sax. I just had to put that out there. I just gotta, flex about you a little bit. Sure. Okay, so we're getting closer to the reason why we're here. So this is why we're gonna just pivot to this. So if you see the cover art, we got "Lift Every Voice." This is S-Ankh's new song that's coming out. Is it already out yet?
This Friday.
Okay, look at, and
24th.
The 24th. Okay, this episode will probably drop in the next Friday, but that's fine. So can you give us a background on what inspired you to make this song and what all this came behind that?
Sure. This is I did a rewrite of "Lift Every Voice." Yep. Of the original "Lift Every Voice and Sing."
That's right.
But I rewrote it, so it's not an arrangement. It is the melody is completely different. Mm-hmm. The feeling of it, the groove of it, even I don't know, somewhere around 60% of the lyrics are completely different. There are brand new lyrics and all that. And I was a composition major, and I love the music of like the early 1900s.
Yeah.
There was all kinds of African American, Black, Negro music of that period.
Mm-hmm.
There were all kinds of great composers in that time.
Yes.
Writing all kinds of things. Lots of that music we've lost. I'd love to go back and redo some of that. And this is one of those. I've always wanted to go back and redo this song, rework it,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of build it back up from scratch. Okay. This is our anthem.
Yes.
I've always felt strongly about that. Like, this is our anthem.
Yes.
So, what could be done to help it lift us more?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what anthems are really for.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes, they do.
So I want to really, what could I do to make it stronger in that way?
Yes.
And make it more of a celebration the way we celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I didn't think of it. I don't really think of us as being the kind of people who give honor to things just by standing still. Standing still is kind of not really our thing.
That's right. We march, we dance,
right?
we do. Yes.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
Okay. And so, and much like, the stories in the Bible, we honor God, we honor our ancestors through our activity.
Yes.
Not our inactivity. Okay. So it's like, what could I do with the song that would spur that activity?
Mm-hmm.
That would spur us, because this is, in the end, that's what anthems are really supposed to do. They launch you, into purpose, and they should inspire us to go into a particular direction, to achieve certain things and all that. So with this rewrite, I took it all the way back down to scratch.
Wow.
And writing a song is often a lot like having a child. You get the initial idea, but there's a point where it starts telling you what it needs.
Oh my gosh. Uh-huh.
And you gotta like, oh, I thought I was going this direction, but I guess we're going a different direction.
Yeah, I get it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. That's that creative process.
Wow.
Okay. But there's a point that what you create has its own energy.
Mm.
There's a point where it is alive. It is energized. It has become enough that it guides you, that it influences you. It goes both ways.
Wow.
Okay. And so that's how I came to Lift Every Voice. And now this song, this version is all about inspiring us, lifting us up. It starts, as you know, like the extended version, the full version, right?
That's what we got.
Starts, yeah, okay. It starts with spoken word by Michael Gwynn.
Shout out to Michael Gwynn.
And I got the great Eric Willis playing the traditional version in the background on the piano. And I absolutely intended this, every note of this, every energy, every string pluck, every part of this to be, to honor the history of this piece. Just to elevate it. Let's take it to, a different place.
Gotcha.
Okay. This song was adopted by the NAACP 126 years ago.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yes.
So, after living in a house for 126 years, we might remodel it.
Got to, right? I would think we should.
We might go for a remodel.
So before we play the song, because we're going to play it here just live for you guys, but are you playing the drum on there? Is that you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but there's also a student of mine. I meant to mention, one of my students is Frank Mocha.
Okay, I was going to say Frank. I didn't want to mess up his name because I'm glad you said it. Because I got to meet him once, and his band is amazing. Gosh, my God! And you played with him that day. Oh my God, blew me away. But no, yeah. So go ahead, one Frank.
Yeah, Frank Mocha, man. Me and Frank, we go back now. We go back, man. We're like, I love that brother, man.
Yeah.
Because ever since we first met, this was for him. He needed this.
Drumming?
Drumming.
Gotcha.
He was already a set drummer.
Okay.
Right? From Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Right, like meaning with the
drum set.
Yes, drum
sticks
set.
And all set. And he'll tell the story. He used to come down to the jazz jam at Sandaga that we had, right? Right. That jazz jam at Sandaga was started by Daryl Thomas. Bless his soul. That brother, he contributed to this community. There's so much rich culture that culture doesn't live in the air. It lives in people.
That's right.
So we gotta seek out those people and help those people and support those people because those are that's where the culture lives. And that's who's gonna pass it on. So Frank, he was playing drum sets, and one day we had a little conversation. I invited him over to the house and said, you should come check out some African drumming. He didn't know anything about it. He showed up. I couldn't get rid of him.
One of those students, I got it.
Oh, he was at my house all the time.
Right.
I mean, day in and out. He was there. And everything, I couldn't feed him fast enough. I couldn't teach him fast enough. He wanted it. He stayed at it. Man, he worked and just took himself from
He's
way
amazing.
Up here now. He's been all over the world, right? He's been with Erykah Badu all these years, as her percussionist, and then went back as her drummer, and then went back as percussionist. He can do that. He did Coachella with Tyler.
Whoa.
Yeah. The brother is just bad. So it's like when I first had the idea to do this, I got to call Frank.
He's on here?
He's all over that. You listen to those drum breaks?
I did. Oh, yeah.
All that,
complex.
Right.
Very complex.
Yeah, he's got this unique way of creating these beautiful drum breaks that are in and out of time. They're really in time, but he just ignores. He knows it starts here. It's got to end here. You just got to follow him on how he's going to get there. And man, he's a genius at that. He's a genius. And that's his trademark. That's one of his, you hear it, you say, oh, that's Frank Mocha. Yeah.
Goosebumps. Okay, let's not even waste no more time on this. I have to hear it. Well, actually, I've heard it. I want you guys to hear it. All right. Okay. So we're going to go right to it. But also, when you say you're composing, you composed or you wrote, what did you write exactly? Just words? Or
no,
is it...
the melody is not, this is not lift every voice and sing. It's not that melody at all. So when you rewrite a song and you put new lyrics and you put a new melody, that's what a new song is.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. All righty. So let's do this. Let's pause and go back. I know. Alrighty. Here is Lift Every Voice by S-Ankh Rasa featuring Frank McComb.
Oh, that's Frank McComb. That's the lead vocalist.
He's the lead vocalist too? Oh my God.
No. Frank McComb and Frank Mocha are two different people.
Gotcha. But I was just reading this.
Yeah, I understand
that. But that good distinction.
I just want you to be clear that Frank McComb is the lead vocalist with him doing this.
Gotcha.
And man, I'll let you go ahead and play it. I'll tell you the story about Frank McComb.
Yeah.
This cat is bad, right? He was someone introduced me to him. He's in LA, and he's been around and can sing. He's got that Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder thing going on.
Yes.
And I gave him a call. Hey man, I need some lead vocalists on this, right? I already had the whole choir singing it. And his response was, well, brother, what do you need me to do? It's all there.
Uh-huh.
I said, I just need you to sing along with him. Right. Just do your thing over the top of that. Mm-hmm. And boy, did he.
He did. No, this is jamming.
Yeah. Thank you.
Together, we stand at this crucial moment in time, aware that our journey has many obstacles. No longer will our voices be muted. No longer will we cry freedom or linger in the languish of our lament. Relentless, unyielding, United in our determination, now is the time to rise and embrace the path ahead together. Our bond remains unbroken because we are a community. We were built for this. My people, this fight has just begun.
Every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of truth and liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound as loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of faith that the dark past taught us. Sing a song full of hope that the present has brought us. Sing a song full of strength, feel His power around us. Sing a song full of peace, never reborn without us. Lift every voice, lift every voice, lift every voice and sing. Many the days before, so many lessons taught. Let us forever strive for truth in every thought, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. We have come from so far on the road to perfection. Righteous mind, righteous heart, grant us peace and protection. Sing aloud as one voice, full of love and affection. Stand up tall, hear the call, march to God's direction. Lift every voice, every voice, lift your voice and sing. Every voice, every voice, lift every voice, every voice, sing out loud. Lift every voice and sing. Now with a steady beat, walking to a steady beat. Give praise with dancing, give praise with dancing. May we forever stand true to our native land, our land. Now that we have stood the test of time, let's lift our heads, time to shine. Side by side we march together, bonded by faith forever. Every day this we pray, here we stand and here we stand.
Man. If I had a button, that would be the button. Man. This is A Boogie, DJ A Boogie. You know what I'm saying? We just play Lift Every Voice, man.
Yeah.
So can we get a clap? I'm trying not to like act a fool in here, but wait a minute. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where you're at, because that's why I keep trying. I'm like, is that you? Is that you? Or is that Frank? And you gotta let me know, man. Where were you at in the song?
Oh man! First off, I wrote everything you heard.
Okay, so boom, you're in it. You're that. You're the thing.
Yeah, I mean, there are strings in there, right? There's violins and cellos, right? And so there are all these horn parts. There's a tuba part. There's this instrument called chimbasso, which I just got hip to. And once I got hip to that, I was like, oh, let me write something for you to play. That sounds great. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So first what I would say is that just the craft, I guess I would call it the craft of putting together this kind of music. That's that old school music. That's the stuff that was, when we listen to Isaac Hayes, when we listen to Curtis Mayfield, when we listen to a lot of these musicians that we saw them on albums and we listen to stuff and we know this person did this, but remember Isaac Hayes did the score for the movie Shaft.
Yes.
That's a movie score.
Yes.
That's not just a song on the radio.
Come on.
That's a movie score.
Mm-hmm.
So, these people are very serious. Quincy Jones, these are people that were us, that came with a whole nother level of how they put music together. Mm-hmm. This was before the days of, I could just take a drum machine and a synthesizer. Yeah. So now there's a whole nother level of complication, of sophistication, complication that was in the music of that day. And you also go back to that period and realize that there was so much meaningful music. That's why, everybody samples it.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, why is that happening? There was that music was infused with a certain energy. And it's not just the energy of, what the song was about or what it's the music was infused.
Gotcha.
When you grab a sample, oftentimes you're not grabbing the vocals. Mm-hmm. You're not grabbing the words.
Right.
But there is an energy that's infused in that music. Mm-hmm. Part of that is all of the individuals to create that music. Mm-hmm. Well, these are people who studied their instruments for years. So that brings a certain energy when so like you were asking me about, there's a saxophone solo on there,
yes,
right? Okay.
I did.
That's a great friend of mine. His name is Shelley Carroll.
Wow. Shout out.
That's Shelley Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
And Shelley Carroll has over 30 years with the Duke Ellington Orchestra.
Whoa.
He's right here. He's part of our Dallas community.
Whoa.
So I'm like, okay, no, let me call Shelley Carroll to do that. Yeah, I play saxophone, but I'm not Shelley Carroll.
Yes.
Because that's what it's I think it's really about. All of this energy, all these different people. I could go name after name after name. We got Alan Cato, we got Weedy Bremer. You know Weedy?
Nope.
Oh, Weedy Bremer. Look up Weedy Bremer. Weedy Bremer is one of the best djembe drummers on the planet right now. Wow. Okay? So he sent in his tracks. He played on some of these the drum breaks.
Gotcha.
Okay? Alan Cato. Now everybody in the music scene, you say Alan Cato, they just go, oh yeah, that brother bad. They just looking around like, oh man, right?
Yes.
Alan Cato played guitar for Prince. Now come on. If you're gonna play guitar for a guitar player, okay, you serious. You serious?
Guitar for a guitar. I got it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So we gotta wrap. Oh my God, I could talk to you all day and I can listen to you all day. So that just forgive me. Sometimes when I listen to you, I just kind of just go wherever you're taking me, because I know every time I hear something from you, I'm going to learn something. I'm going to take it with me and apply it to my life. So I really do thank you for being here. So what do you want people to take away from listening to the song, and then let people know how they can find you and things that you got going moving forward?
I really, I would love for everybody to listen to this song and make it an everyday celebration. This is really important for us. Our culture, our history should be celebrated every day that we are living and breathing. And so with this song, we also are putting out a dance video. There is a line dance that goes with this song. So this should be all the time. This is not during a certain month of the year. Just like anybody else's anthem is not only played once a year or even twice a year. If we have a Juneteenth time, we have these other times of the year, we have the Black History Month time. But this is us. Whenever we're celebrating at our sporting events, this needs to be there. Okay, wherever we are, this song should be there. And it's a gift out to the community. I hope that everyone can, receive it and use it, be inspired by it, and carry it into the next 126 years. And then, I'll redo it again.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you a million times. Thank you. What an honor. You even wanted to be here. It gave me goosebumps. I was thinking about it ever since you told me. And for months, I'm like, oh my God, he's going to be on this. He's going to be on the pod. He's going to be on the pod. What am I going to do? But no, I feel like I got through it. And we had a quick, beautiful conversation. I know you dropped gems. You guys are going to learn from this. But look, this is episode 15 of the Poet's Circle. I'm Dawn like the morning sun. Keep writing, keep creating. I will drop all the information about how to see and view this song and listen to it in the description of this video. If you're tuning in with me, put some circles in my chat, and always, peace.